Howdy gamers, Laffenstein here with Hooked on You, a Dead by Daylight dating sim. Now, normally I don't do these style of videos, and I don't play a lot of dating simulators, but there was a community challenge, and chat made me date my least favorite killer ever, the Spirit. And for all the gamers out there that are interested, I captured the last act of Hooked on You, and I have the Spirit ending where, spoiler alert, you end up dating the Spirit. So if anybody wants to see what that looks like, see the scenes, or just check out the story in case they don't feel like going through the game themselves, don't worry gamer, I gotcha. Before we go into the game, like the video, leave a comment, let me know what you think of this. If you guys enjoy this, maybe I'll go through the rest of the game and post all the endings and maybe the special ending if there is one. And I can post the chapters leading up to this in the event that anybody wants to figure out how to get this for their own save file. But without any further ado, let's get into the date. Soft sunlight warms your skin, nudging you awake. Also, you're using a killer crab as a pillow, which it's sort of okay with. What's that? You don't know about the killer crabs? Oh right, you didn't go on that hunter state. You really missed out. It was thrilling, or I guess it would have been. You'll have to play this game again to get that reference, I suppose. You pull on your beach attire and splash water in your face, wet and Claudette's approach. Is that look on their face excitement or terror? You notice your stomach flutters with butterflies. Someone's in love. Or you've been infected with zombie butterflies in your sleep. It has happened here before, but it's probably the love thing. It's time. Claudette gestures over to the beach where the killers all stand, flanked by tiki torches. This scene very reminiscent of a TV show you used to hate watch with your ex. Suddenly, the message is clear. You're going to declare your affections for a killer in front of several other killers. Hey, isn't Trickster supposed to be here? We paid him good money to make some half-assed cameos in this show. I'm going to chew his agent out. But before they walk you over for your big moment, don't think we haven't noticed how kind you've been to us, Bussy. It can't be easy being thrown into a mysterious island for seemingly no reason, surrounded by terrifying killers trying to manage your most primal impulses. Murder and making out. And you've kept a cool head and treated us, your friendly host, with dignity and respect. So don't tell anyone you told you this, but Claudette and Dwight look around conspiratorially. Just a little hint for you going forward. Don't try to go all the way with a killer who isn't into you. Relationships are two-way streets, and if you don't have a green light in the other direction, you might end up in the friend zone. The friend zone? That doesn't sound so bad. Where do you think you are exactly? Dead by Daylight doesn't do friends. These are killers and survivors, and I'm afraid we can't say more. Okay, so who's into me? Claudette and Dwight look conspiratorially around again. Well, I've never seen the Spirit open up to anyone else like she's opened up to you. I've seen her open up the insides of plenty of people, but thankfully for you and for us, that's in a different type of game. So are you ready? Of course you're not, but too bad, we're on a schedule. All right. You make your way back over to the row of hotties. Claudette and Dwight stand off to the side, hands behind their backs. It's been quite the 48 hours, but there are clearly sparks in the air, and I'm not just talking about this rusty chainsaw, though I do recommend staying away from those sparks. It's time for our newcomer to confess their love. Wait, I have to do a drum roll for this. No you don't, but who cares? Bussy, who do you choose for your solo date? Can we at least do the flower thing? Wait, I thought we agreed to keep that between us. No, not that flower thing. The thing where the suitor gets a flower as a symbol of the contestant's love and affection. Oh, right, I suppose, but no roses. They're such a cliche at this point. Well, that's good, because I tried to pick a rose. But I got an ouchie, so I settled for these. Beautiful. Done good, Dwight. This is a lovely bouquet. I hope Dwight saved some of these for Claudette. They're a thing, right? You're getting that vibe, too? Just me? Sorry. Got other things to think about right now. Bussy, who do you select to receive these flowers and spend the day with today? Here. You approach Spirit, peering below the brim of her impressive large hat and into her taunting eyes. Spirit, since I met you, I've been enchanted by your presence. Challenge me to be a far better person and resist the urge to show me the sharp end of your katana. For that, I thank you. I'm ready to take our relationship to the next level. And we shall, up to the eye of the dark storm that is our reality, to the lantern room of the Black Lighthouse. It's time to see what you're made of, Bussy. I thought it might be nice to start the day out on Trapper's yacht before we head up to the Black Lighthouse. Even if I kind of hate this basic tropical vacation stuff like yachts and snorkeling or whatever, it's good for you to see me in the sun a little bit at least. There's more to me than what you've already gotten to experience. I know that my whole vibe can be a little dark. The hat, the swimsuit, the plume of floating hair. This wasn't who I always was. I was a normal young woman once, went to school, hung out with friends. I even had a part-time job working at a restaurant in town. And then, well, I know what happened. Your father, he murdered me and I woke up as an undead Avenger. That's not what I was getting at. Something else happened to me. I realized I needed to be seen. I don't even know by whom. A lot of time when you think about ghosts, you're thinking about these see-through flickering specters. You imagine reaching out and having your hand go right through them. Ooh, like that sort of thing. Maybe there's some warpy effect on the world around you. I don't know. Depends on which movie you're watching. But when I died, well, I dare you to try and reach your hand through me. Not really. That's not an invitation. It's rhetorical. Why did I end up this way? Who brought me here to this island? Who knows? I sure don't. I've got my ideas. Maybe what happened? If I'm being honest, maybe I was granted a wish. Maybe this is me finally being something to someone. Something scary, something violent, something feared. But without a doubt, something. Maybe whoever or whatever did this to me thought they were doing me a favor. And maybe, maybe coming up, I promise, maybe they were right. Maybe, but look now, you've got me doing it. Maybe they brought me to you. Something certainly brought us together. But I'm not exactly out there digging around in caves or dusting off antiques and trying to find clues and analyze their meanings. I do want to take this experience seriously, though. I want to give the process a chance. It may be a dumb process, and one that I have extremely little respect for as a person. But you just woke up on this beach with no memory of who you are or where you came from, and rather than freak out and simply try and swim away, you're giving this a chance. I actually didn't know that swimming away was an option. There's sharks. It's not. However, the fact that that you never even tried, I think that means you've got courage, or an open mind, or I don't know, maybe you stuck around because you like someone you met in here. Maybe. While the two of you were getting all deep and philosophically flirty, the yacht pulled up to the shore next to the Black Lighthouse. Last stop, everybody off. Oh, skipped a bunch of that. Spirit rolls her eyes and leaves for the shore. I'm just messing with you. This was the only stop. Nobody here is looking out for our fun, so we have to make it for ourselves. But no, there are no other stops. Seriously, go. Race you to the poop deck, Dwight. This ship doesn't even have a poop deck. Oh, it will. As you disembark, you see... Does that mean she's just going to poop somewhere? As you disembark, you see Dwight and Claudette run giggling across the ship. Too bad you can't date those two. They seem like they know how to have a good time. Claudette's just playfully, I'm going to go poop somewhere. You arrive at the beach near the majestic Black Lighthouse. Its imposing form towers above you. A flock of birds circles lazily, no sense of fear or urgency, as if circling a corpse that hasn't moved in ages. I'm excited about today, she. Spirit places her wrist delicately in your hand and presses your fingers down against her skin. It's cool to the touch. What you feel is that the faintest of pulses? My blood is absolutely pumping. So what happens now? Now I show you something that no one has ever seen up close before. Well, no one who has lived to tell about it. We're going there. Spirit points to the top of the lighthouse among the circling birds. What's actually up there? Have you seen it? Hey y'all, how's everyone doing today? Certainly seems to be taking the whole elimination thing. Or well, maybe this is the opposite of that. Better not bring it up at all. Just hope he doesn't completely melt down. Hi Wraith, you sure seem chipper today. Something strange is definitely going on with this guy. Well, something else strange. Something different than what's usually going on. Wraith takes a deep breath, sucking in the ocean air. It's the greatest air that has ever been sucked. Bussy, thank you. Thank you for choosing anyone else to go on a date with today. Alone again forever. This is how I was meant to be. I feel alive. Are you done? We're kind of, on that date you just mentioned. I'm glad you're feeling better, Wraith. But, like she said, we're in the middle of something. You mind? Oh, right. So what you doing? Headed up through the eyes of the lighthouse? I love it up there. You can really see the whole island from up there. In fact, Spirit, I thought you said no one has ever been up there and lived to tell about it, but this sounds exactly like telling about it. Technically, I don't think the Wraith counts as being alive. I mean, I don't maintain the canon, but Spirit waves her arms at Wraith from head to toe. And if he's not dead, he's gonna be when I punish him for interrupting our date. Hey now, can we solve our problems without our hair floating up into any menacing shapes? I'll just be over here running away. Enjoy the view. You know, I think Wraith was kidding about that whole being up there. Honestly, the view isn't even of the island. What you can see is mostly ocean on account of it being, you know, a lighthouse. However, that does bring up an interesting point. Regarding your, how do I say it, spirit hands floating up as she scratches her head contemplatively. You don't usually see her at the loss of words for like, at a loss for words like this. At a loss for words like this. What's your mortal status? Because despite our lanky friend seems to think the lighthouse is not to be trifled with, it's a beacon of death and suffering that brings doom to it from all corners of the world, if not further. Well, duh, you saw a freaking pirate ship seemingly travel through space and time only to crumble at the rocks beneath the spooky tower, but you decided not to point it out because that wouldn't be too romantic, now would it? I think I'm alive. I'm here with you, walking this beach, feeling the water on my feet, feeling the sun on my skin. Here with me, the spirit. Does that really make you alive? I guess I don't know. If you come with me into the eye of the black lighthouse, you may never return. Is that a risk you're willing to take? Because we have something, I won't deny it. I feel it. I'd hate for you to simply turn to ash. If we were to commit right here and now to figuring this out as friends, we could put that risk off for another time. Just be friends? Ouch. Is this her way of letting you down easy? I don't know if I want that friendship. I want you. That's why I chose you. I can't decide this for you. I can only warn you that it may not be safe. You might die up there, and there's nothing I can do about it. Stay down, live for sure, go up, maybe die. We ride, gamers. We ride. You take a deep breath and think about every particle of sea air as it travels into your body and fills your lungs. It may be the last time you have such a thought, but you feel strangely at peace with that information. Also, like, I don't think we don't know the status of living people here at all, so whatever. I don't need another friend, I want something more. I'd risk my life for it. Spirit smiles a quirky, devilish smile. She's so quirky. Right this way. Inside the lighthouse is almost pitch black. It was seemingly day when you stepped through the door, but inside this place is like a void. The last thing you see as the final rays of sun leave you, the horrible sight, a petrified body laying on the stairs, reaching not up, but down, as if it had been crawling. Watch your step. The things we do for love. When you arrive in the lantern room at the top of the black lighthouse, you breathe a sigh of relief. The light is out and seemingly defunct. Dust cakes the room as though it hasn't been operated in a century. However, somehow, it was just morning a moment ago, but now it's night? What do you mean a moment ago? We've been standing here looking out over the ocean all day. I really enjoyed the peaceful time together with you. Taking the view in, standing in complete silence for hours. It was kind of my perfect date. Really? I don't remember that. I just called the perfect date and you can't be bothered to remember it? What kind of game are you playing with me? I want to remember it. It's just that for some reason my mind is completely blank. But hey, I'm not dead. Or you're already dead and have been this whole time. That's true. Maybe we'll never know. It doesn't look like the light is working. Even turned off, the light has a power to it. The massive lens refracts moonlight through itself, a subtle sparkle that has a hypnotic effect. Maybe that's where the day went, staring into this light as the sun fell and the moon rose. Thanks for spending the day with me. I had a really good time. That's it. Don't get me wrong. This is really cool and all. I guess I don't know what to expect. I suppose if you thought you were walking into your death and nothing happened, that it might feel a bit anticlimactic. Sorry. Anyhow, it's time to go. Here, let me just flip on the light for the staircase so it's easier to get down. The stairs look pretty dark. Maybe Spirit is interrupted by a strange hum, and then it becomes frighteningly clear to you. That switch wasn't for the stairs, it was for the main lantern. A lantern, something blah blah blah. The faintest smell of burning begins to reach up to your nose. Oopsies, looks like maybe that switch wasn't for the stair lights at all. Now we see who's really alive and who's really dead. I suppose it was bound to happen sooner or later. You slam your eyes closed, hoping that somehow not looking at the light itself will protect you. Not sure if I see logic in that, but if it is magic, it kind of defies logic. I want to see but well, I'm a little scared. Don't look directly into the light. Open your eyes and look only at me, and I'll keep you safe. Ready. Perfect. Perfect. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Are you okay? You seem okay. I hope I haven't ruined this by punishing you to do something you weren't meant to do. You're so brave, maybe not so coordinated, but certainly brave. I'm so lucky you'd put yourself through this for me. It shows that you're...
Boom, roasted.
Thanks for the roasted nacho. Despite your attempt to resist it, the incredible force of energy from the black lighthouse's lantern eye refuses to subside. No, it cannot be ignored, and it doesn't matter if you look directly at it or not. In the end, that was just a trivial game. This is real life and real magic. Stare at it now, and its power penetrates your mind. Hey, been a while. How are things? Doing good? Feeling more dead or more alive? Yeah, love will do that to a person. Don't worry, it'll make sense soon. You wake up to hear Spirit's muffled voice. You get a terrible taste in your mouth. Burnt hair. You wake up to hear Spirit's muffled voice. You've got a terrible taste in your mouth like burnt hair. The air feels damp and smells like ash. It takes time for the sound to clear up, but eventually Spirit's words start to make sense around you. However, it's clear she's talking to someone else, not to you. You know how sometimes people say it's not you, it's me? Well, this time it's you and it's also me. I can't believe I thought you would change for me. I can't believe I thought what you were doing was a sacrifice. You never gave up anything for me. But today I saw what love looks like, and it looks a whole lot different than this. I don't think you're hearing me, which is weird because I'm practically shouting. Nobody breaks up with Trapper. Nobody. Oh yeah? Fine, nobody breaks up with Trapper, but I'm not doing that. I'm dumping. Don't you say it. I'm dumping Evan McMillan, and there's nothing you or he can do about it. It's over between us, Evan. Rin, The Trapper turns from Spirit and looks directly at you. You realize that you're laying on the ground of some weird tunnel. I think that your shouting woke up Bussy. Fake snore. Say something. I'm sorry, I think I'm interrupting something very personal and also quite scary. I swear I wasn't trying to listen, but I heard a lot. Probably not everything. But I think I woke up in the middle. What did you hear? Just you dumping Trapper. We were never together. I mean, we were together. Wink, wink, wink. I know you're wearing a mask, but we can see your eyes. You don't need to say wink, wink, wink out loud. Another reason I'm right to have dumped you. You did not. It was mutual. The jig is, as they say, up. They know you're awake now, and you're going to have to deal with this awkward situation head on. Clearly, I shouldn't be here. You two are having a very personal conversation, and I don't need to be involved in. I don't even know how I got here. Not here on this island, or here in this creepy tunnel. As far as this island goes, your guess is as good as mine. As far as this tunnel goes, we brought you here. You and the Trapper, but after the lighthouse came on and you blacked out on your way down, I thought you might have hit your head or something. It's hard to tell what blood is new or old around here. Either way, I wanted to get you someplace safe, so I asked Trapper for help. It's not that I can't carry you, I just didn't feel like it, you know? I hate anything messing with my shards. Trapper, on the other hand, he loves nothing more than having an unconscious body draped over his shoulder. I could have asked Claudette and Dwight for help, but I don't trust them. But you trust Trapper? Like and trust are two different things. You think Trapper can be a real jerk, and you might be right. But you get what you see with him. We brought you down here because we're the only ones who know about this place. It's part of an old tunnel network that connects different places on the island. What's up, guys? Talking island mysteries? My favorite topic. I was just in the neighborhood, so I thought I'd pop in. Trapper, you said this place was private. Don't look at me. I didn't tell him about it. Half of the appeal of this spot is getting away from people like him. Well, geez, I can see when I'm not wanted. So, you three a throuple now, or... Because I gotta say, I really didn't get the whole Trapper Spirit thing. But hey, if it's not my business, I don't stick my nose in it. We were not a thing. Nobody traps the trapper, not with traps or with relationships. And you do realize you're sticking your nose in our business right now, right? Wow, so hostile. If you don't want to talk about it, just say so. Anyhow, this tunnel has some very interesting features. If you head about 50 meters down that way, you'll find Get Out. Wraith looks around just to be doubly sure that the trapper is addressing him. The Wraith is such a fool. I was just leaving. This island, it's a lonely place, which is great for me. I love to be alone. Trapper, on the other hand, he's quite needy. And after a lot of pursuit, I finally let him catch up to me, and it became, well, I don't want to call it a relationship because somebody really didn't want to have that talk, but we were more than friends. I dispute the events as told. For the record, I don't pursue, I stalk, and I lie in wait. Seeing eye to eye was not one of the things we were good at. So I hate to ask, but I did just look into a refrigerator-sized death lamp, so I guess I'm more of a glutton for punishment than I thought. What were you good at? Well, for starters, excuse me, I'll take that question, thank you very much. If you know anything about me by now, it's that I'm on a quest for revenge, says everyone. Exactly what you might not know. Trapper is like a great classical maestro of revenge. Trapper blushes behind the mask. That's one way to compliment a killer. Revenge against friends who had turned their back and betrayed him. Revenge against his father for making him into a monster. Revenge against the barista who wrote Ewan on his cappuccino, knowing his name was actually Evan. For someone who thinks about revenge as much as I do, Trapper is an inspiration. But they say never to date your heroes. Good advice, but I don't think that's the saying. And then you came along, Bussy. You showed me that it's okay to be lost, to feel pathetic, to push on when you have nothing real to offer anyone. I'm not sure where you got all that from, but okay. You held a mirror up to my own doubts and fears and showed me that they aren't everything about me, that I can embrace those things, but not be defined by them. You showed me that life after death can be more than just an obsession with revenge and mind-blowing sex on the ground in a dark cave or a dusty old tunnel. Trapper nudges you in the ribs with its elbow. Gross. Clearly appealing to Trapper's better features has been a winning strategy for dumping his ass, because he seems to be taking it quite well. This whole half-assed dating show parody thing at first, I obviously thought it was a lame idea. What kind of moron thought there was an audience for this? But then we spent time together and I realized there's something actually real here. And I don't want to give up on it. I don't want to give up on us. Listen, Bussy. While you were knocked unconscious by some minor head trauma like a total weakling, Spirit confided in me that she has real feelings for you. I took it extremely well naturally because I trust her and value her opinions. That doesn't mean I trust you. If you want to get to her, you have to get through me first. By passing Trapper's Test, TM, coming to Behavior TV Sundays at 8 p.m. Welcome to Trapper's Test. Answer my questions correctly or die by my blade. Question 1. What is Spirit's real name? The one given by her murderous father, which she only lets her real friends call her. Rin. Okay. You got that one. Don't celebrate yet. Question 2. What lives inside Spirit? Dragon. Sure, everyone knows that. They won't all be this easy. Question 3. Where did Spirit work when she was a normal college girl before she became hellbent on revenge? A restaurant. I know. To think I would date a waitress. Don't tell my father I even mingled with the help like that. He would be so disappointed in me. Question 4. What's Spirit's favorite color? Black. Are these questions largely superficial? Sure. Maybe I didn't get to know Spirit that well. Maybe that's why she dumped. Maybe that's why it didn't work out for us. Who knows? Question 5, the final question. You got this, Bussy. According to the Spirit, what's worse than being dead? Not being seen for who you are. When I pitched Trapper's Test to the suits at Behavior TV, they told me that there was no room in the budget for a new car to be given to as the final prize for winning. So I killed them all, right there on the spot. While killing them didn't solve any of the budget problems. It sure didn't feel good. It sure did feel good. I'm telling you this as A, to brag, and B, to explain why the only thing you're going to win is me saying congratulations for passing Trapper's Test. Not that it was some huge challenge. I mean, the woman obsessed with the giant light that shines in the dark has a chip on her shoulder for about being seen. Go figure. You probably guessed. But rules are rules, and even if I literally just made them up, you got it right. So I guess I proved of you dating Spirit or whatever. I never really cared in the first place. I was just hoping you'd slip up and give me a good excuse to wet my blade with your blood. Maybe I'll find a reason tomorrow. For now, you two have fun. Wink, wink, wink. Trap her out. I'm sorry you had to endure that. What? 5 measly questions? It was nothing. Not even that. As ridiculous and unnecessary as it was, the whole thing. The waking up in a random tunnel, the overhearing of our argument, the news that Trapper and I had something going on, and the stupid quiz, all of it, especially the whole "Trapper out" catchphrase. It's only because I actually like you. None of it would have happened if I didn't. And I like you too, Spirit. Please, call me Rin. Rin. I didn't really feel like our lighthouse experience was completed. There's something else I wanted to show you. Alone up in the lantern room of the tower. Get your mind out of the gutter, Bussy. It's not that kind of game. What's that? Hold on a moment. I'm being told. No, wait, it is that kind of game. Disregard the gutter comment. Come back up there with me. There's nowhere else I'd rather be. You're excited to return to the lantern room of this lighthouse, despite all the drama and worry that was previously a part of this place for you. More importantly, you're excited to be there with Spirit, which makes it all the more crushing. When you're interrupted by the arrival of Claudette and Dwight. Claudette, Dwight, funny seeing you here. Wait, did I say funny? I meant tragic. Tragic? I don't think so. What could be tragic about a family reunion? Those are always joyous occasions in my experience. Before they can explain what that's even supposed to mean, the lighthouse begins to howl a low, frightening sound. The lens begins to glow in an unfamiliar way. You prepare to shield your eyes in case something bad happens to you again. Now isn't the time for any reality show adjacent shenanigans. Dwight, Claudette, shield your eyes. We don't know what the lighthouse will. Now, please don't interrupt. You think after all this time, you know that we've got your best interests in mind. Wait, what? No, of course. I don't think that I got wax in your ears, friend. I asked you not to interrupt. Too late. The black light flares in the darkness. You see something horrible and strange in the place of Claudette and Dwight are 2 ghoulish silhouettes. But before you can focus on them, the light passes and the 2 survivors have returned to their normal states. It's breezy up here. I should have packed a sweater. What in the hairy hell? Hey, watch your language. You shouldn't speak that way. Around your elders. Grandpa? My little Rin. You're such a woman now. They grow up so fast. What? Bussy, meet Grandpa Kazan Yamaoka. Well, technically not just Grandpa. Technically, he's my great-great-great-great-great-grandpa. But that's a lot of greats to say in a row. I haven't seen my little Rin since I watched over her from the afterlife when she was just a little girl. And I expect you all to say the greats. It's a matter of honor and respect. Except Ring, she can do whatever she wants. My precious little angel. But you? Oni stares at you with demonic red eyes. You're pretty sure the decorative third eye on the mask is looking at you. You mongrel. You must treat me with respect. Or so help me, I'll be cleaning bits of your head off my kanabo. Kanabo is like a metal baseball bat covered in spikes, FYI. Oh, his weapon's called a kanabo. I'm not sure what peasant like you is doing so close to a descendant of the noble Yamaoka bloodline in the first place. Dirk, Claudine, explain what's going on to me. It's Dwight, sir, and Claudette, remember? We explained to you what you were going to come and meet with your great-great-great-great-granddaughter's suitor, and to give or withhold your approval. 5 greats? Great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, sir, your honor, master, sir. Wait, he's a samurai, not a judge. Grandpa, they must have summoned you here because they think you have great judgment, and because if they summoned my father, I would be too distracted by torturing him for all of eternity to continue with the rest of whatever this is. Show? Game? Experience? Ah, yes. That makes sense. Only a man of my own power and magnitude can help. Self-important much? Nice to meet you, Kazan. Only my friends and family call me Kazan. Those who tremble in fear at my presence call me Oni. You see, you're seeing a serious resemblance to Trapper, in not only the sheer size of the man that Oni is, but also his attitude. Apparently, Spirit has a type. You sure you can, or want to, measure up to that? It dawns on you that, wait a second, maybe you do resemble Oni. Every time you've tried to look at your own reflection, however, you've become dizzy and confused. This definitely deserves more thought, but now's not the time to consider the fact that you might be some kind of hulking vampire with the first ever case of self-blindness. There's a massive samurai mad dogging you from 2 steps away. Well, you don't scare me at all, so I'll stick with Kazan. Peasant, I realize now that the true purpose of my visit is to extinguish your light. Oni waves his katana in the air at you menacingly, like great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, like great-great-great-great-great-granddaughter apparently. Hold up there, Grandpa, not so fast. You're not supposed to kill them if they deserve it. First, you should get to know them a little better. Young people these days, always waiting to kill people, insisting they must deserve it. Back in my day, you did what needed to be done because your nobility depended on it. In his day, for such an imposing presence, he sure is giving off serious old man yells at cloud vibes. Simpsons. You see, when I was a young man, we didn't have foreigners in our land, didn't need them. We had an abundance of culture already, a little too much if you ask me. But I didn't make the rules, the rulers did. Exactly how it should be. Literature, art, commerce, theater, fashion, poetry, puppet shows, ghost stories, courtesans, gambling, fighting, fine dining, fast food, public executions. What were we talking about? Spirit giggles at her great, okay, I'm not saying all of those every time, at Oni's forgetfulness. You wonder, does she even like this guy? She sure hates her father, so... Listen up, old man. We don't have time for you to list of every activity available to a samurai in the entirety of the Edo period. Silence, peasant. You're showing your ignorance. Samurai were forbade from many activities that didn't befit the Bushido code, such as attending certain theatrical performances. For instance, sometimes, however, a samurai would put on a disguise in order to seek out entertainment. Now, I'm not saying I did that because I had honor and a body built like an entire castle that is quite hard to hide, but certainly, you have neither my honor nor my physique. You don't even know about the ins and outs of shifting rules of traditional Japanese samurai etiquette, you fool. Rin. What would you want with such an uneducated admirer as this? I find it hard to believe that any contemporary person knows all that much about who was and wasn't allowed to do what leisure activities over 100 years ago. However, you're not really sure how to handle this massive demonic old man. Oh wait, I get it. Sweet Rin, my beautiful descendant, you invited me here to do what you're too old. I was gonna say too old. You're too kind to do. Bash this jerk's head in. Claude, Doris, fetch my kanabo. Rin, wrap your wardrobe around this mongrel's hands and hold them still. We'll splatter their brains on the beach together as a family. Grandpa, no. That's not why I invited you here at all. In fact, I didn't invite you. Claudette and Dwight did. Ah ha ha, yes, sure, wink, wink, wink. This whole saying wink out loud thing is getting out of hand. Him and Trapper really do have a lot in common, don't they? I swear, Bussy has a good soul and the heart of a warrior. They fought for my love in their own way, faced down death more than once, and put up with their fair share of nonsense. Nonsense which seems to be endless. Can we, I don't know, wrap this up already? Of course. Who am I to expect anyone to wait around for my approval? I've only been hanging out as a ghost and watching my bloodline be polluted by cowards and quitters for 5 generations. Just come give your ancestor-in-law a hug. Sword drawn, Odie beckons you closer. There's no way he has ever hugged anyone in his entire life. I think I'm good over here, actually. Rin, now, push them my way. I'll split them in half. The sacrifice of the usurper to the Yamaoka bloodline will surely bring us back to life and set us back on the course of honor. You're so silly, Grandpa. We both know that only one sacrifice can get our family back on track. Revenge on my father, your great-great-great-great-grandson, traitor to the Yamaoka name. The lust for violence in your voice, it fills me with cheer. I'll never forget who I am. I suppose if this is the person you want to be with, to go on your journey of bloody revenge with, I should entrust your judgment. The strength inside of you blooms from the same cherry tree that was planted centuries ago by our shared ancestor. And if Bussy ever treats me poorly, you have my word. On her family's honor, I will wield my katana and gut them like a fish. Tear rolls down from behind Oni's demonic mask. You sure you want to marry into this? And one last word of advice, my dear girl. The father stuff, don't forget it, but maybe stop focusing so specifically and obsessively on it. What he did, it was awful, but it's already done. Do something for yourself now. Just my 2 cents. Wow, that's really, part of him. Be well, Rin. I'll see you again soon. Now, let's go, servants. Clint, Denise, return me to the stables. I assume my dragon has been fed and tended to? Yes, sure. I swear, this is still better than dealing with trappers, Dad. I'm sorry if I was disrespectful of your great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather. He seemed like a very special man. I realize I'll never measure up to something like that. A warrior with a hell of a fashion sense. I mean, that mask. Don't worry, I would never expect you to. Or want you to, really. If all I wanted was the biggest brood alive, I'd be down in Trapper's Cave right now avoiding his vintage bear traps. But that's not the life I've imagined for myself. This is a sense of abstract duty, anger at a world changing around me, a lust for blood. That's no way to live. And yet, as you know, that is the Yamauka way of life. Forever I'm cursed to battle against the dragon that lives inside me, or at least I was until now. Call me the Dragon Tamer, baby. If you haven't won this game yet, please don't ruin it. Sorry, I have no idea where that came from. I think we spent enough time in this lantern room. We should get back to the beach. The moonlight sets a romantic mood as storm clouds roll in and surround the black lighthouse. You know, the sun might have set, but if we wait long enough, it will rise again. Spirit removes her sheer robe. Spirit removes her sheer robe, showing you her strappy black bikini. Her pale skin glows under the light of the moon. Maybe you could help me get a head start on applying tomorrow's sunscreen. She has glass everywhere. She's probably wearing around the same amount of clothes that she does in the game. Again, I mean, yeah, of course, last time was, well, I definitely felt more connected to you afterwards. To be totally real with you, I kind of just asked you as a goof, but I really enjoyed it. I swear, though, if you tell anybody about this, I will not be labeled a foot freak. Not that there is anything wrong with feet, it's just something about that kind of attention really gets people talking. Steady. Steady. Oh, we're putting stuff on her foot again. Yes. Oh, close. Almost. 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 Yes. Yes. God, that's so goddamn hot. I love feeling your hands sliding up and down my feet and between my toes. My skin has never been more moist. Get up here right now. Before you can find a towel to wipe off your lotion hands, Spirit grabs you and pulls you in close. Her lips lock onto yours. They're surprisingly soft and warm. The sensation is incredible. Clouds cover the moon and you find yourself on the beach with Spirit in complete darkness. You can feel the narrow straps of her bathing suit come undone and come to life, snaking through the air, wrapping around your body, lifting you up off your feet. Come here, you. So this is what it feels like to fly. The Spirit pulls you close. You feel bits of glass press against your flesh. Pain and pleasure mix and wash over you like the ocean, salty air stinging your skin as you writhe against your undead lover. The lighthouse howls. In the darkness, you're pretty sure that Spirit let the dragons inside of her take over. If it kills you, you're sure it will have all been worth it. The clouds part just as you manage to pull yourself, exhausted, away from the Spirit. A chunk of broken glass is lodged in your shoulder. When you pluck it from your skin, it drips blood. Sorry, I think I got this stuck into me I was having the best night of my life. Spirit drags her fingertip over the sharp edge of the glass shard. Keep it. Consider it a memento. I've got plenty more where that came from. Back on the beach, the other killers roll their eyes as you show up with the Spirit, doing that couples thing where you walk with your hands in each other's back pockets. You know, it's obnoxious, but love will do that to a person. Last day, you beautiful piece of meat. You've done so well. We're almost at the finish line. You didn't think I brought you all this way without a plan, did you? What kind of sinister body of salt water do you think I am? Bussy, Spirit, welcome back. Since you're both still alive, you can assume you had a good time. You point to the many open wounds on your body, complete with bits of sand and dirt stuck in them. Yeah, you could say that. I think some of those might be infected. You should really get them checked out. If you're actually going through with this, the thing you should get checked out is your head, my friend. Spirit is absolutely nuts. You won't survive a week dating her. Didn't you just give us your blessings like 3 scenes ago? You might think that she's all sad and introspective, but the truth is, she's a demon hell-bent on revenge who will ultimately stop at nothing to satisfy the lust for death that courses through her veins. I can't get her out of my mind. Duh. I know all of that, I think it's hot. She's the goth girlfriend of my dreams, and you're just jealous you lost her, so you're trying to run me out of town. Well, guess what? I'm not scared of you. I'm with Rin now, and she's got my back. Literally, she carved her name in it with a piece of broken glass. Thank God. It was only 3 letters long. All right. We get it. Everyone is super tough. All you do is kill, no matter what. But we've got a show to finish, and this is the finale. So we need you to hold on for just a moment longer. After all, that was the point of this whole experience, to give even the most demented killers a chance at finding love. And it worked. To think my official bio called me distinctly below average, well, look at me now, world. I'm about to officiate the wedding of 2 complete maniacs. Please, Spirit, take this bouquet. Please, Spirit, take this bouquet and prepare your vows. As soon as you both say I do, we can send you off on your exclusive honeymoon. Hold up. Nobody is saying I do today. Yeah, nobody is... Wait, what? Marriage is an archaic social institution put in place by men in power thousands of years ago to maintain their control on the world. I'm not interested in playing their game. I'm not interested in doing what anyone tells me or living any rules that I don't believe in deep down in my heart. I actually agree with that. In fact, now that I think about it, I don't remember being asked if I wanted to take part in this bootleg reality TV bullshit in the first place. Did anyone here agree to this? I'm still not entirely sure what's going on. Spirit has manifested her katana, and in that moment, the mood has changed from a romantic climax to a place of terror. Whoa, we're all having fun here. If you just say I do, we can I won't. With a slice of her blade, Claudette is no more, replaced by 2 halves of Claudette, neither of which are especially alive. Dwight is horrified there's a chance he actually wet himself. Lucky for him, khaki hides a lot of things. Unlucky for him, urine isn't one of them. Meanwhile, Trapper, Huntress, and Wraith are eating popcorn. Where'd they get popcorn? You were under the impression that Claudette and Dwight did all the cooking around here. So, sorry, now's not the time to think about who popped the popcorn. A gruesome murder just happened. This is for you. You know what to do. Beard hands you her katana. You look on a whimpering Dwight and feel everyone waiting for you to put him out of his misery. Look, Bussy, we're on a very tight schedule. You respect schedules, right? If you kill me, I'm afraid of what comes next. So I don't know, could you not? You think back to a strange moment in the lantern back in the lantern room of the Black Lighthouse. When the light hit Dwight, there was something off about it is all. As if he wasn't real, or at least not really human. But is that a good reason to do him in with the spirit's katana? Or is that actually a reason not to kill him? This doesn't make sense. The only thing that doesn't make sense is taking control. Taking it away from them. Taking it into your own hands and carving out a destiny for yourself. Kill this pathetic worm, kill him, and join me on my mission. Together, we will be unstoppable. That's quite an offer. What are you going to do? Yeah, I'm going to kill him. You raise Spirit's katana. And with the ease of slicing a wedding cake, you cut him in 2. His dead body slumps on the ground in front of you. That was so incredibly sexy. Rin places her hands over yours, and you both hold her katana, your fingers intertwined. You look to the other killers and see something new on their faces. Respect. You're one of them now, ruthless, uncompromising, splattered with blood. A killer. My father is really going to crap his pants when he sees the 2 of us coming. What are you waiting for, lover? You sit on the beach below the black lighthouse and watching seagulls devour the liver of a dead pirate who was washed up on shore. Just thinking about how much I love you, Rin. Well, stop thinking and show me. You think we'll ever leave this place? What do you care? I hope we don't. The end. Gamers.